Hello, gorgeous souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Love Spiritual Summit. I'm so excited to be here with you today. For those of you that are new to me, my name is Alex Vitillo. I'm your leading shamanic priestess of wealth and well-being. I'm also a published author, an international speaker, and a certified matchmaker by the Matchmaking Institute of New York, that is now called the Global Love Institute. There are not that many certified matchmakers out there, so I'm so thrilled to be part of this summit. Now, before we go into depth, this talk for you is for you if you are in a relationship, and maybe you've been in a relationship for as long as you can remember and you lost a little bit of that spice, then this talk is for you. If you're single and you don't want to be single, like many of you are maybe been calling out love for a long time, maybe you've been searching for love for a long time, this is about making you magnetic and really understand where you're at, who you are deeply, and to really reconnect yourself with your divine, the divine inside of you, the divine in the cosmos. This is also for all of you that are ready and willing, I say, to show up and step up. What do I mean by that? Is to let go of all that victimhood that is prevailing in the world at time, and instead to show up as your beautiful, magnificent self, ready to take responsibility for your life. So this is about being able to really identify, where am I responsible for my life? And where am I not responsible? Because it's about having strong boundaries. It's about letting go of the people pleasing. It's about letting go of putting ourselves last, and understand how to put yourself first so that you can manifest the most beautiful relationship with yourself, with the divine. How? Through love. Love is what makes the world go round. So those of you that stayed, welcome, welcome, welcome. And today, the way we're going to approach love is through dating. And many of my clients come to me either because they want to attract love, they're single, and they're saying, oh my God, I really want a girlfriend, a boyfriend, but I cannot deal with dating. I cannot deal with dating. So we're here today to flip things around. And also, there are many of you that have been in relationship, and yet you're saying, oh, thank God, I don't have to date anymore. Oh, thank God, that's why it's done. And then you're asking, how's the relationship going? Oh, well, I'm upset. This happened. We're on the verge of divorce. I'm not sure. But we stayed together for the kids. And so again, what if I could provide you with one simple solution that is going to flip the things around? And again, one of the way is through dating. Now, we're not talking about the dating here and, going out in town and start to play the games and the chasing, and do I send a text, do I not send a text, do I date 100 people at the time, what was that famous book, The Artist, right, where there's many ways to pick up a date and then drop them, use them and drop them. No, this is not what it's about. This is about spiritual dating. What do I mean by spiritual dating? It's a journey. It's a journey about really understanding where you are in love, understanding things about you through the reflection of another. And when we think about dating, like I said, the majority is, oh no, I cannot handle that. No. Or, thank God I don't have to do it again. So let's start. I'm going to give you 3 tips today on how to look at yourself in a different way, maybe understand a lot more of yourself. At the same time, look at the other person in front of you, in this case, your date, whether it's your husband, your wife, or a stranger, with new eyes, with an open heart, because that is going to really change the energy of that relationship. And even if it's a stranger and that relationship doesn't go much further than that, at least you haven't done it because you were judgmental, you haven't done it because you were scared of opening yourself up, or because you said yes when you really meant no. And if you're on a date with your husband or your wife, maybe you've been married 15 years, but that one night that you're doing what I'm telling you to do, you're going to discover something new, and you're going to really remember, rekindle that love, that passion. That is what brought you together on the first time. So take a moment really, maybe closing your eyes, your hands on your heart, to really tune in and ask yourself, am I open to date? Am I open to show up in front of another person, a stranger or a loved one, by being raw and real, by being not judgmental, and by being curious? And when you're ready, open your eyes. Hopefully your heart is open by now. And I'm already alluding at those 3 tips, right? I told you when you had your eyes closed. But let's go into those in depth. So tip number 1, when you're going on a date, or where you invite your spouse on a date, do the inner work. What do I mean by that? How you do one thing in life is how you do everything. So if you show up, let's say, unprepared to the date, you haven't given it much thought, you don't really want to dress up, you're thinking by saying, oh, another waste of time. And how many of you here, went on a date, at least the first time, and said to a friend, just text me or call me so that I can escape the date in case it doesn't work? How many of you? Show of hands. Type in the chat, that's me. Right? That's not really how you want to show up on a date. Because if you're showing up with that sense, that feeling, chances are that's what you're bringing on yourself. That's the energy you're carrying forward. And when I say do the inner work, it means that take that moment, like we did here, for 30 seconds with your eyes closed, even before you say yes to a date. Do I want to go on that date? Do I want to explore a relationship with that person? And again, it's not about doing it with numbers, right? Like, let's say, for instance, my intention is I really want a boyfriend, so I know it's a numbers game. I'm going to date as many people as possible until one is going to be the right one. That never works. Because unless you invest yourself in that relationship, in that exploration, it's always going to be something. So when I say do the inner work, we bring it back to responsibility. How are you taking lead of your, in this sense, romantic love life? But you can apply this to everything: a relationship with a client, a relationship with your employer, a relationship with somebody in your team, with your children even. So when somebody asks you out on a date, or you ask somebody out on a date, do I want to go on that date? Yes. Okay, so now that I know I want to go out on a date, how do I want to show up on that date? What is the energy that I want to bring? And this is another exercise that it's going to benefit everybody. And if you haven't done it, we're not going to go into how to. You can contact me directly for that. But you really want to give a good cleanse to your past relationships. Starting from when you began your dating relationships, your love relationships, with people that you remember, just that you don't remember, the one night stands if you have any, without judgment. But you really want to let go of those. And there are very specific energetic ways to do that. Again, if you're not familiar with it, if you haven't done it, do it, get in touch. We can look at it together. So really allowing yourself to say, okay, I'm showing up, a clean slate, an open heart, and I know I'm taking responsibility for how I want to show up. Right? So that's tip number 1. Do your inner work. Tip number 2. Clear boundaries. Clear boundaries. And again, this is it's overlooked so many times. So many times. People that have been in a relationship for a while, and when it comes to not going well, almost everybody says, I had alarms bell from the beginning, and yet I overlooked a sign. Again, how many of you? And there is a saying, how you start something, how it continues. So at the beginning, of course, you're enthusiastic and you really want to believe, oh, this is the one, this is going to work. And people always make up excuses, right? So by having clear boundaries is, again, for you, remember, you've done your tip number 1, you've done your inner work. So you know how you want to show up on a date. You know how to take responsibility. That means that if somebody on a date is sharing things that don't work, that don't really aren't your core values, that aren't something that you don't think or value the same things, you don't want to say yes just for the sake of pleasing that person. Now, you always want to keep an open mind, that's true. So you don't want to be judgmental. Yet if something, it's really outside of your value, and the simplest example here I can give you is you go on a date and the person in front of you said, I'm up for open relationships, and at least until we figure out what's going on for us, I'm happy to date openly. It's right for you. And now maybe you're a person that really thinks, actually, no. Actually, if I want this to work out, and by the way I am, for me, I need to be with one person at a time. So can you see that if one says multiple dating and you say, no, actually, for me, don't go and say, yes, actually, it's fine. It's fine. It's just the beginning. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because it does matter. It's crossing your boundaries. And you're sending, let's talk about here spirituality and divinity, how to connect with the divine. You're saying to the universe, and remember, the universe doesn't judge you. The universe is just going to amplify and reflect what you're sharing. So you're saying to the universe, deep down, actually, I'm fine with this person dating, and I don't mind. I don't mind because for me, it's not important. So not only this person is going to do it, chances are everybody else as well is going to do it to you until you reclaim your value and you say strongly, actually, that's fine for you, but that's not fine for me. So I'd rather go home now. And you can go home now, not because you said your friend, oh, call me 30 minutes into the date, and then I can pick up an excuse for remember that's what I shared at the beginning, you're going to say, actually, that doesn't work for me. This is where you're taking responsibility for yourself. And you're saying, this is not going to make it. Again, with no judgment. Not judging the other person and not judging yourself. That means that when you go home, you're not going to start saying, am I close-minded? Am I not aligned with the times? These days, everybody's multiple dating. And no. Just stay in your divinity, stay in your ground, and say, this is how I am. I know myself. Not only I know myself, I know my boundaries, and I know what I desire. And that's the same if you push it a little more, and let's be open here, I think we're all adults. If you go on a first date and somebody said, oh, I want to go home with you. If it's not all right for you, don't do it just because you think they'll never call you back. Because chances are, whether you do it or not, if they didn't intend to call you back, they won't. And if you're on a date with your spouse and your spouse all of a sudden say, oh, honey, we've been together for 30 years and it's about time we have a threesome, and you're thinking, that doesn't work for me. But if I don't say yes, they're going to leave me. Same scenario. Just say, actually, no. And if you say yes, embrace it and do it from your heart. I think you get this tip. Now, last tip, and this again, whether you've been together many years, chances are you're not doing it anymore, or whether you're going out with somebody for the first time. And when I say going out, I know this is recorded in the time of COVID, so it may be difficult to go out, but whether you have phone conversations, listen. And this tip you can really apply to every interaction in your life. Listen to what the other person say. And trust me when I say that nobody puts this into action unless they hear this message that I'm giving you over and over and over again. And if we bring it back to the dating, again, I had many experiences for myself, from my clients, from friends, that you go, and this happened on the first date. On the first date. And I'm saying, if you've been married 30 years and you haven't taken the time to set up a date, i.e., if you cannot go out, just change, maybe having dinner in the kitchen for once, have dinner in the living room, and put the candles out and the nice tablecloth and dress up and do something different and call it a date. No phones, no TV, no romantic music. And listen to what the other person say. And on the first date, or on a date, even if you've been married a long time, chances are, if you've been married a long time and you have kids or no kids, you're just coming in and out of work, you're tired, you're maybe not even dressing up, you're taking the other person for granted. I've got friends that say, girls, that say, oh, I don't need to bother dressing up and grooming because my husband, bless him, is always up for it. For how long? And this is how affair starts, and this is how, they lose interest. Or you lose interest in yourself. In yourself. So please don't do it. So chances are, even if you've been married, you're not really listening to what's going on. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's bothering your partner anymore. And if you don't know what's bothering them, you cannot support them. And on the first date, it comes back to people always tell you what they want. And if it's something uncomfortable, they're going to make it sound like a joke. Oh, my relationship never lasts more than 3 days. They tell you. And you're thinking, oh, that was before they met me. Or somebody's going to say, yeah, I'm not really looking for a serious commitment at the moment. that tell you, but you are looking for a serious commitment, and again you say, oh, that was before. That's because they haven't met me. And then you start dating that person, and maybe you're the one doing the chasing, or maybe you're the one suggesting, can we meet again? And of course, somebody like to have it on the plate, on the silver plate, and they're going to say, yeah, why not? And maybe they stretch it more than 3 days. Maybe it becomes 3 months or 3 years. But at some point, they're going to say, you know what? I told you I wasn't looking for anything serious. And they told you right there at the first time. So, gorgeous souls, I really invite you to maybe revisit your previous relationship and identify all of these three. And you'll see that this is true for, I'm sure, your friends, for yourself. And now the good thing is you can change it. You can change it, and through that better connection to others, to yourself, you can truly embody the divine, magnificent self and being that you came here to be. So thank you for watching. Alex Vitillo, Breathing Heart Consultancy. Feel free to connect with me through social media. And I look forward to hearing about all of your dating experiences. Namaste.
Dolls, welcome, 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 welcome to your love bundle. So, what can you
There is
find in your
nothing
love bundle? Many, many,
that
many
I haven't
things,
shared yet.
primarily extracted from my tools, the
Welcome to
material
Queen of
that
the
I
Light.
use in one
It's
to
an
one
amazing
programs to
gift,
help you
and I'm good.
attract or rekindle a relationship. And some of it you're going to find in this amazing love bundle. So we're going to start. It's a journey to discover more about you. And by being clear about what is it that you want, what is it, how you operate in life, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So the way you respond to love, to your romantic relationships, is going to be an indication on how is everything else appearing in your life as well. So in your love bundle, you're going to have a PDF where you will find the different stages of dating. Why is it important? Where are you in your dating? And you're also going to find a PDF on understanding what is a soulmate really and how does it works for you, because many people have different concept about soulmate and some of them are not really serving them. So this is going to help you really understand, am I functioning, am I attracting to somebody only by the looks, but is it really serving me in the long term, or what is it that really create a deep connection, a deep intimacy. You're also going to have some tools, another PDF to really, I call it, clear the skeletons in your love closet. We all have had relationships that maybe are still lingering in your subconscious, that are making you act and react in your either present relationship, either when looking for a relationship. And it's good to clear those out. It's good to identify those patterns, even if they are subconscious level. These tools is really going to help you to identify what is lingering in your subconscious and clear it once and for all. You're also going to have access to another PDF that it's going to help you really understand what is it that I'm looking for. Again, each and every one of you is unique, so you all have different requirement, different understanding, and without clarity, we're going nowhere. And again, this is in every area of your life. So chances are when you work through the clarity process in your relationship, and even if you're in a relationship, I know a lot of people come to me because they're frustrated in a relationship. And this clarity is going to help you really reset your GPS and really arrive wherever you wish to arrive a lot quicker and faster in the matters of the heart. And I've also included, for those of you, once you manifest this beautiful loving relationship, 50 ideas and tips on how to really show your love to that person. And sometimes we may run out of ideas, or we always go to the same things, buying flowers, chocolate, and this is really 5 ideas for you on how do I show and demonstrate my love. And I've also included an audio of 12 minutes that it's connecting you to Venus. Now, Venus, I love to work with archetypes, I love to work with goddesses, I like to work with planets. And Venus is the planet, the goddess of love, relationship, beauty, and money. Those of you that know me, I'm one of my specialties to help you attract love and attract money. And through this audio file, you're going to receive both. You're really going to connect deep to your heart's desire, manifest more love, and manifest more money. So this is included in the bundle. Gorgeous souls, if you want to go deep at any time, check out my Loved Up Goddesses program. Check out, I've got other programs that are oriented into going in depth, attracting your most compatible soulmate, and also, of course, we can tailor whatever it is that you need. So don't hesitate, book a consultation, book a call, and let's go deeper. Sending you so much love.